What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Algorand. Now, I spoke about Hedera earlier today, and Algorand fundamentally is on the same track. I'll cover some of the similar material because fundamentally there is one piece of news regarding how banks are changing that is relevant to Algorand as well as it was to Hedera. It's something not that many people are paying attention to. But if it comes to fruition, and Algorand is involved, the price potential of Algorand is enormous, and I might even be understating it with what I'm saying in the title. So I'll get into that in a second. If you're new to the channel, you're probably going, James, why the hell should I listen to you? There's 1,000,001 YouTube channels on crypto. Well, fair question. So these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. First 26 coins I bought. Had you invested $100 into each of those coins and been the worst investor of all time and never sold them, you'd still be in profit for 7K. Bear in mind, when you make an investment, you're meant to sell it to make profit. Buy low, sell high is the phrase, obviously. If you'd have done the right thing last year and sold those coins when they were flying, you would have been in profit for 123K. That is a massive damn difference. They're not the coins I own. If you want to see the coins I own and see my portfolio, you can go to copymycrypto.com and go read through the site. Everything on the site is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube channel. If you want to see the coins that I own, that's where you can do it. And I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell. I've already built up a strong portfolio. I'm going to be adding to those cryptos, adding to those positions, and putting in some new ones that I think can do massive gains, like I said with Phantom. Phantom was a Udemy course I did. I've only made one ever, and it was literally about the best investment of the year, which I believed was Phantom. Obviously, it ended up going up 677 times in value. So $1,000 in, and you'd have been able to buy a very, very nice house. $2,000 in, you'd have been a millionaire. There were millionaires made off of that course. And when I find the next Phantom, which I'm always looking for, I'm going to go straight onto the site, tell the members that I'm buying it, and if they want to copy, they can, right? And if you want to make these gains, then you want to go onto the site. If you've never invested in anything, we do have step-by-step tutorials for anyone that doesn't know how to buy and sell crypto and everything else. So, yeah, go read the site, guys. Now, Algorand, currently priced at nearly 33 cents, 32.81. All-time high was literally upon launch back in 2018. 2019 rather. And to be fair, rallied to about $2.30 in the previous cycle. I do believe $2.50 is very, very achievable, and I'll explain why. So first of all, Algorand is insanely fast, insanely cheap, and that's, you know, a huge, huge benefit, and I'll explain why. But active addresses for Algorand is quite massive. Obviously, the circulating supply right now is rather large, but they're doing 6,000 transactions per second, which is bloody good. You know, it's about, God knows, 50. I mean, Ethereum's on about 14 transactions per second. That's probably improved a little bit, but yeah. So put that into context. It's enormously fast. Carbon Zero is a big push, and we're going to see that push massively in the crypto space because these blockchains and these distributed ledgers are going to be working with big tech, like big institutions, banks, governments. So a push on Carbon Zero, which is obviously something in the governments are trying to achieve, is a big positive. You know, is more to do with the optics than anything else. But Algorand, yeah, absolutely rapid. Created by Silvio Micali, which he is a Turing Award winner. If you're unfamiliar with the Turing Award, that's a massive deal. You know, very few people in the world will ever get one of them. And he got it for his contributions to the theory and practice of two-way computation along with electronic cash, cryptos, and blockchain protocols. He has recognized as one of the foremost creators of crypto in the world. You know, you got that sort of upper echelon of creators like your Vitaliks, your Gavin Woods, your yeah, all and Silvio's in that bracket, and that's that's always something that you want to see as someone who is has got a hell of a reputation, particularly when you're talking about leadership. I'll be interested to see if he gets on and does interviews over the course of the next few years. Algorand itself has grown, and the ecosystem is starting to look better and better and better. They have got a grants system in place for Algorand, which bodes well. I think fundamentally you've got to be building and growing. If you're not, you tend to lag behind. The projects that didn't grow from 2018 to 2020 are the ones that didn't have the success in price. So Algorand are looking to continue. If they look and continue to grow, they're going to look very, very positive. They define themselves as the most powerful and sustainable blockchain. As you can see, transaction fee is very, very low, not quite as low as Hedera, and the transactions per second is not quite as fast as Hedera, but they look good. And obviously they define themselves as the green blockchain, but there are many now that are looking at that or defining themselves in such a way. And look, Algorand is spoken with immense regard by a number of the creators out there. Ben Goertzel's one, the creator of Singularity Net. He has spoken multiple times about the fact that if he was looking at moving, he'd look at moving the network to Algorand because the network is so strong. And obviously, he's also spoken about Silvio McCauley as well. McCauley. But I always want a strong leader whenever I'm looking at something, particularly as growth. As you start seeing new money and retail come into the markets, you want a leader that's going to be either A, hugely respected, or B, very, very present online and in interviews. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Justin Sun, but one thing that he was very good at was getting in front of the camera, and it helped Tron certainly rally multiple times because new retail got into it, seeing a leader. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you less bothered about leadership? We're in a time of anonymity with a lot of crypto projects. So let me know what you guys think. And if you're a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. We're down to 75.6% of returning viewers that have still not subscribed. But thank you to those of you that did. We've dropped it from 80 in quite a rapid amount of time. So yeah, subscribe. Don't make me keep asking. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and I guess, guys, the final thing, I'll come back to this. Look, the ISO 20022 is the standard bearer that all banks are moving towards. It's the regulatory framework. It's regarding how data is interchanged between financial services and the messaging mechanism that's going to be utilized. All of it's based on DLT tech, and your DLT tech that has the ISO 2002 messaging mechanism are Stellar, Hedera, IOTA, XDC, Ripple, Algorand, Quant. And Algorand obviously fits into that bracket very, very nicely. Now, again, if they can land a government partnership or a major banking partnership or the infrastructure behind how transaction data is collected and how the messaging service works, if they are the infrastructure underneath it, of course they're going to fly up in value. So the question, I suppose, is what's the probability? I firmly believe Ripple is well positioned in America and will probably land a number of the American banks. Hedera does seem well positioned in the UK and Europe. Stellar certainly seems well positioned in areas of Africa. Algorand is an interesting one. So the key thing is looking back over partnerships and news sources, but Algorand have been on the World Economic Forum's radar a number of times. That in and of itself means that they've probably got pretty damn good connections. I'm not a fan of the WEF, and I like to reiterate that whenever I get the opportunity. But the WEF influence all governments worldwide, and any blockchain or DLT that they're working with, mainly DLT obviously because of the banking system, any DLT that have connections with the WEF have got a shot of landing the big infrastructure contracts, which is what you're really thinking about. This is one I really believe if they land that $2.50 is a massive understatement. You're probably looking at $5-6, but that's an important thing to land. Key thing for me, as always, is you build, beyond the perfect contract with, the banks. The most important thing, because that's you're in competition with 7 others, so you've got to see how that goes. But the one thing you can influence is how much people are building, and incentivizing as many people as possible to build gives Algorand the best chance of success. So the thing I am constantly watching, and the best thing you can really do, either with an Excel spreadsheet or notepad or whatever, is just know what the hell each blockchain or DLT has been doing from when the bull cycle ended through to when the next bull cycle looks like it's about to begin, and see how much development they've had, because those that develop will kick on and have enormous success. So you can't ignore the building. But let me know, what do you guys think in the comments? Again, if you're a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get that percentage down, and hit the bell notification as well, because my videos will make you money and you don't want to miss them. And last thing, guys, if you want to see the coins I own at this very moment in time, go read copymycrypto.com. Everything on that site can be verified. It's all on my YouTube history. Many of the members have never invested in anything, so we have step-by-step tutorials, because if you have no idea how to get started in crypto, this is a way that you can be shown, and it's really simple. To be honest, when family ask at this point, how do I get into crypto, I just send them one of the videos, because it's easier than me actually sitting down with them at this point. And if you want to see the coin I think is going to be the big gainer, then you're going to want to get on the site. I am constantly looking for the next phantom. I will find one, and when I do, I will be getting in on it, and I'll be telling the members exactly why I'm getting in on it. If you want to know that before everyone else, that gives you the best opportunity to make those 100 times gains, then go read the site. And that is it from me, folks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.